Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of McDicken around the Forgotten Horsemen. Want to make one more video before I really buckle down and do some serious grinding in this game. I want to talk to y'all not as my persona of McDicken around, but as myself. I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. Still trying to improve the quality of my craft. With what limited funding I have, I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. But, I'd like to take a quick side moment to explain to everyone my relationship with this particular game. All the way back on the PlayStation 3 era. Because I got a copy of this game arguably on one of the worst days of my life. And I'd like to share that with y'all. So, I basically grew up in a Rust Belt town. There wasn't any jobs to be found. The only ones that were available were either become a drug dealer or work at a pawn shop. Any company that didn't have out-of-state funding, well, they went under or shut down for good. And it basically became a never-ending loop of need experience to get job, need job to get experience. And I want to say I was about 18 or 19. I wasn't, I don't think I was in my 20s yet. But, I was so desperate to find a job. I had been spending months and months and months just applying to everywhere and anywhere that was in the immediate area and kept getting the same response. Thank you for the application, but we're not hiring right now. And I was getting desperate because I did not want to spend the rest of my life in that town and just go nowhere with my life, essentially just rot. So I grew up in a single parent income. Never really had much of anything, really. And one day, my mom says that she's going to Hobby Lobby to get some more stuff for her personal hobby. And it's in a strip mall-like area. And she asked me if I want to come along, since there's a GameStop right at the start of the parking lot to the strip mall. And I said, yeah, sure, Mom. When we got there, Mom went into Hobby Lobby and I headed to the other end of the parking lot. Except I didn't go to GameStop. I went to the military recruitment center right there in the strip mall. It basically is set up like this. Long hallway. This door right here, first door on the left is the Army. First door on the right is the Navy. Down the hall on the left is the Navy. Sorry, it was Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines. So keep that in mind. I went into the Army one first. And after I handed up my license, filled out the paperwork, and all that fun stuff, I got to talk to the recruiter. The recruiter basically took one look at me and pretty much just laughed in my face and told me to get the F out of his building and to stop wasting his time. Well, I went next door to the Navy. Or, sorry, the Air Force. Same thing. Handed out my license, filled out the paperwork. Got to talk to the recruiter. The recruiter took one look at me and busted out laughing and told me to get my ass out of the building and stop wasting his damn time. So I went to the... Now I went to the Navy. Keep getting ahead of myself. And I guess that place has paper-thin walls because the Navy, the Navy recruiter and his guys were already at the front desk waiting. They took one look at me, and you might as well be thinking I walked in with a whole goddamn circus behind me because they busted out laughing and told me to get the F out of their building. So I was like, okay, fine, screw you guys. So I went over to the Marines. The Marine recruiter is at the front desk, already waiting for me. He took one look at me and immediately said, although I admire the determination, kid, I can't use you right now. Go home. So, say what you want to about the other branches of the military. I say F them all. Because at least the Marine recruiter was nice to me. And didn't decide to kick me while I was down. So I went out of the building, went behind the strip mall, sitting on some busted up pallets next to a dumpster, and I basically just started ugly crying. Thinking that this was my life now. I am now stuck in this godforsaken, rotten downtown with no job, no career, no hope for a career, no hope for a future, nothing. I was down low. Oh, man. I forgot how long I was behind that building, sitting next to that dumpster crying. But I finally got a text from my mom telling me to meet her over at the pizza place, as we'll grab some food, head over to GameStop, and then head home. Well, I didn't want my mom to see that I was crying. So me, and all my infinite wisdom, decided to smash my face into the dumpster. Quite a few good times, actually. It hurt like hell. Then I went over to the pizza place to meet Mom. She saw my face, asked what happened. I told her I tripped and fell, hit the asphalt. I didn't want to tell her the truth.
Ah, capital. You made it.
Good to see you too. And after we had pizza, we went over to GameStop, and Mom asked if there was anything that caught my interest that was at least $20 or lower. Well, on the shelf I found a copy of Darksiders for the PlayStation 3 for $20. Got it, went home, spent a couple of days trying to get over my depression, debating whether or not I wanted to sit on the tracks and catch the first train out of town, if you know what I mean. Loaded up Darksiders and basically just used it to drown my self-loathing, pity, and misery. I literally 100%ed the game.
Vulcan's got something new for you.
Mainly because at the time I really didn't have many. I didn't have next to anything. Like, I had to make one game last me for quite a while. Which is why, to this day, I still have all of Fallout 3's map memorized. And I still have all of the Oblivion's map memorized. So it actually feels strangely good to be back playing this game after so long. Because I knew my mom couldn't afford this for me. I knew how broke we were. And despite me trying to talk her out of it, she insisted on getting it for me. Doing a lot better now, though. I'm just sad that my mom had to die for me to start getting my life in order. I still wish you were here sometime. Keep expecting to get a text or call from her. Every time I watch any of the old black and white episodes of Betty Boop, I think of her. I'm just glad I still have my dad. So, trust me, folks. If you think your life is bad, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. As messed up as it is to say that, it is going to get a whole lot worse before it starts getting better. Well, just remember this. Long is the road, hard is the way, to get through hell, to get to heaven. I'm just upset I had to lose my mom to get to the other side. Anyway, that's enough of me about bawling my eyes out. Let's get back to doing some hardcore grinding. Do 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 do. Do do do.